for the second half of Classic Radio Roundup, Tram XL 100, Channel 13. Oh, so then it got quiet, right?
Yep. I don't know, I was going to start pulling cables and switching the radio, that's all. And then it got quiet.
Well, there we are. Anyway, a different radio for the second half.
Yeah, there we go. We're going to see how the second half works over here, too. Let's see. We'll have to try a little bit of, 27.115 on your AM radio dial. This is Channel 13.
Hey, this is Shorty. I'm calling in tonight. I'll see you guys next week, next Wednesday. If not, I'll see you a little bit before then.
All right, Shorty. Well, yeah, we're here. Join us anytime you want.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Yeah, thanks for joining us in here, Shorty, and be sure to join us anytime. Yeah, there's usually somebody in here during the week, but Wednesday is Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah, it'll be like the Wolfman Jack here. Just enough will give me a little depth here, I guess. Yeah, just enough. A little bit of depth of audio.
Yeah, well, this mobile has a tone control on it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think this microphone has the low end response that my Super Sidekick has. It doesn't seem quite as enhanced on the low end here.
Well, I can give it to you by turning my tone control all the way to the left.
It's got no low end at all. Too high. That's a shame too. Darn it. I was hoping this would be much better. Let me turn that off. I was hoping this would be much better suited for the high fidelity radio. But I guess the Super Sidekick is still the winner.
Well, it sounds pretty good on this end, on this radio, believe it or not.
Oh yeah, it's going to sound good, I guess, but it's just not going to have that wide band. Yeah, let me throw the Sidekick back on here for a side A/B comparison here. And I figured, well, wouldn't have a whole lot of mods, so I'd use the handheld D104 and wired it up to that. Well, it's just too tinny. Yeah, don't do that. All right. Yeah, this one's definitely more along the lines of that late night night bird kind of audio here. Yeah, that's got good tone. You got low end on that. Yeah, big difference between that and the other one. Big difference. A little bit of, not quite as high on the scale as far as loudness, and there's a slight bit of raspiness depending on what syllables you say. Ah, okay. Well, I can compensate for that a little bit. I can bring the high end up on the equalizer just a little bit and turn that down just a little bit and make this sound a little bit better. Yeah, that's clearing it up. Yeah, 7 bands of audio frequency fun. But that definitely brought the low end out in your voice. Yeah, well, this seems to be the mic so far. One of these days I will get one that's very flat across a wide frequency range. Although I think I might take that static, that Echo Max, whatever, 2000 apart. I might change some caps around in there and maybe bring the low end down. I think when they built that microphone, I think they were trying for a D104-like sound, a mic that's a modern version that sounds like a D104, and I think they kind of hit the mark with that.
You know, I got a handheld, they call it the, the RK56, the one with the little rubber thing on the front, where you're supposed to put your lip on there. And, I wanted to wire it up to this old Cobra, to try to get, because I know that that microphone is unamplified, unlike this one, and it has more bass to it. And I looked on the internet, and I got one schematic, way to wire it up. I tried it, didn't work. Then I went and I looked on Cobra. I looked the way another microphone was wired up to it, and tried that, didn't work. Then I even called, it's embarrassing, I know, but I called down to Delaware, asked them, they gave me 2 possible ways. I tried both of them, still didn't work. I'm like, what do I got to do to get this RK, hooked up to this old Cobra?
I don't know. The first thing that comes to my mind is that the mic's wired for relay switching and you need electronic.
Really? You don't think that the old RK56 will work with an old Cobra 29?
Well, how many wires are in it? Is it a 4-wire mic?
Wait a minute, no. Wait, that's the wrong one. No, I think it's 5. Hold on, I have it here. See here. Yeah, it's 5. Well, right now I got a 5 pin on it because I was using it on a radio that had too much mod, and it worked out great. And I don't have that radio anymore, so I said, well, it's good for a radio that's got a lot of mod, and it gives my voice a good tone instead of being high pitched. But it does have 5 wires. Actually, you know what? I believe it has 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it has all 6. Black, yellow, white, red, blue, and brown.
Okay, it's a 6-wire mic. Then there's no reason why you can't wire that to the radio you want to wire it to. There's no reason why it shouldn't work. That you just have to figure out which that's what is that? Is that a Turner mic, right?
The RK, I believe it's made by Turner.
Yeah, so the wiring colors should be the same as a amplified Turner 6-wire. So, I mean, I don't have the book handy, but if you look up the wiring for like a 6-wire Turner plus 3 or something, it'd probably be the same.
Well, the old Cobra, the old antique Cobra that I want to hook it up to is a 4-pin.
It doesn't matter, you're just not going to use all the wires. The yellow wire you usually don't use. And like shield and blue or shield and red are combined together, and then the other 2 wires go to wherever they go. That's the way that works. And then you got white for audio, and shield is your ground, obviously.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to use the yellow, and then I knew that 2 were going to have to be combined. And geez, I tried it so many ways. I got so frustrated with it, I just gave up.
Yeah, if I had the stinking diagram with I'd tell you. It's on my computer downstairs.
Yeah, it's no big deal. I'm just like, it's just frustrating because I think that the microphone has really good audio, for not being amplified type, you know, needing a battery, but it has really, really good audio. And it's made crappy radios before that I had sound fairly decent. Radios that had a lot of mods, you know, and then this works well with them because, you know, you don't have to, you're not put like a D104 mic to a radio that has a lot of mods, and then all you sound like is the Tin Man. And that's what I was trying to get away from because I know this mic has some good low tone. It'll bring out the, and that's what reminded me of it because of you switching and doing the alterations that you were just doing. That's what reminded me of it.
And there's 5 minutes of my life I'll never get back. The video gate is rolling.
Oh, good. I switched up radios. Keep that gator rolling. I switched up radios. Good. Yeah, what are you running now?
Yeah, I figured some others want to get the sound of their radio in here before the clock runs out on the video gate.
Cobra 139. There you go. That's a nice little bass. Yeah, kind of clean looking, simulated walnut veneer. That's right. So all just like the Browning.
I like all those Cobra basses that came along.
Yeah, put one of them LED light strips in the meters and looks real nice. Yeah, I still have mine. Yeah, I would imagine it has a board like, didn't they make a Cobra 39 Mobile or something? 138. Okay, same board? Yeah, you should be picking up a 138 XLR from the stash. We shall see, you never know. Yeah, 138 XLR is a nice radio. It's got that 858 unit end board in it. That's, and Grumpy used to say that was one of his best working mobile radios. He used to love running that thing. Yeah, I heard the Cobra 146s is also a good mobile. The 146 is the same as my realistic TRC 451. If you want to put channels in it, then you're going to be greatly disappointed. But from a performance standpoint, it's a great radio. Very low noise floor on sideband and very low noise floor even on AM. And it just seems to hear really well and has great audio on it. It's a really good radio. Okay, I've had my eye to the curve for a 450 TRC. Yeah, now the 450 looks identical to the 451, but the difference is the 450 has the board like the Cobra 142 with the 8719 PLL chip in it. The 451 is like the Cobra 146, and it's got the UPD 2824 chip in it. You really can't modify.
Those 422A mobiles are pretty good ones too.
Yeah, they got some good audio and some nice receive. Is that a sidebander also?
No, it's a strictly AM, but it's a really good AM mobile radio. I ran one of them in my mobile late 80s, early 90s days.
Yeah, it was a good radio. Couldn't modify them for channels, but they did work well.
Well, that was before I knew anything about out-of-band operation anyway.
You know, back then, I mean, that's all we ever judged radios by was how far you can make them go, and if they couldn't go anywhere, they were junk. We were pretty narrow focused back then.
Yeah, how much modifications can you do to it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was all about the channels, man. You had to have more channels than the next guy.
I was happy when I got A channels.
I think it's cool that you could modify them. And you know what? Those radios, that they hold a value over the other ones that with them chips in them. I mean, I must have put hundreds of channels in that 458 that I had, and I don't think I used half of them.
That was a fun radio to play with, and then I started using that on 10 meters.
Yeah, that was the bonus. You could I could retune it and move it up on 10 meters, and it would cover the whole entire 10 meter band.
Could it do it well? I mean, good audio and all?
Yes, it did it really well. I had fun with that rig on 10 meters, and I kick myself now for not keeping it.
If you wanted to cover the whole entire band, you could do it, and it would sound really good up there. You know, 25 watts of sideband, and
yeah, that radio worked well everywhere it worked.
yeah, my father-in-law used to use it for the longest time. I lent it to him when he first got his novice license, and he'd get up there on 10 meters and talk on it.
Yeah, and you know, once you know, you didn't really even need a road map once you knew where you were, because the usable portion of 10 meters was really, you know, only like 20 channels.
Yeah, for a novice. You know, you only had a small amount of time, you know, a small amount of space, so it would cover that part easily.
Yeah, when people ask what you're running, and you're running something like that, are you discreet and say it's like an ICOM or something?
No, I told him exactly what I was using. I converted it to 10 meters, but I'd tell him it no longer did 11.
I just tell them what it was, you know. It'd be like, wow, that sounds good for a CB. I'm like, yeah, looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, I put it to better use. I took it away from there and put it to a good place for use. And yeah, you get a couple of people to start off snickering, but then you can bring them around, you know. Hey man, I'm poor. I needed to get here.
That's my excuse.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's ingenuity, man.
What you doing over there, Minnie?
And I'm sticking to it.
Speaking of broadcast audio, where's Nitro tonight? And Skeeter, no Skeeter either.
Yeah, or Night Train, because Night Train was in here earlier in the mobile. I was talking to him, and he was like trying to decide what radio he was going to run.
Skeeter was in here earlier. He was on the mobile. He went out on a service call. He's going to try and get back on.
Yeah, that's where Skeeter went.
Workers interruptus.
Don't they know between 8 and 10 not to disturb?
I posted it on Facebook.
That's right. To all employers out there, and significant others, family members, friends, relatives, and anybody else that is not included in that list between the hours of 8 and 10 on Wednesday nights, do not disturb, because it's Classic Radio Roundup, 27115.
The station is radioactive. The transmitter is on the air.
And this program will self-destruct in another hour, well, actually half an hour, well, 40 minutes.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it,
Is to restore and keep on the air classic radios.
Yes. Don't trash them. Fix them.
Seek out and find and turn over in every estate sale, flea market, and yard sale. Seek out, find, restore, and put on the air classic radios.
Don't crush them. Restore them. And sell them to your friends.
yeah, pass them around.
the train is on the track.
There he is.
Well, good evening, gentlemen, and sandbagger. Hey, Sparky.
Train.
Hello there, 441, and anybody else out there. I just turned it on so I don't know who's all there.
Yeah, hello, Night Train. Man, that must have been either a really long debriefing or a very hard decision on choosing the radio.
I took a beautiful, nice, hot, long bath. Man, I needed it really bad. For my muscles, that is, you know, from the hard work. So I kind of hung out there for a little bit there, 10-4.
Hey, you know, you gotta take some me time.
That's right.
Breaker.
Go ahead, Skeeter.
This is your 336 night train base station. Breaker.
You know, there was a time when I thought you sounded so much like Night Train, but anymore it's like I don't see it.
They used to fool me.
I know. Used to fool me too, but not anymore.
No, Now I know the difference. But in the beginning, they were pretty close.
See what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying?
Hey, Night Train.
Yes, sir.
See if they can tell which one this is right now.
I don't think they can tell the real night train from the fake night train. This is your 336 Eastern Pennsylvania base station, the night train.
Breaker.